Previously on the Novympia channel.
Yeah.
Which I find quite annoying, Sand. Gets everywhere, doesn't it?
And coming up.
And it's also the final note is that...
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
I find you very rude. The Novympia channel is made possible by our gorgeous patrons who get access to the most unappealing crap you'll find anywhere on the whole internet.
Cue the snafu!
What's going on?
Have we started?
Yes.
Oh, I'd like to point out that someone, left a lovely comment, really nice, saying, God, that, the production value on these Eurovision videos are just really top notch.
Who said that? Who said that?
So professional start there.
Hello and welcome to another Eurovision reaction video. My name is Nova.
I'm Olympia. This is number 500 in the series.
Yes.
Absolutely knackered.
Don't know why I'm tired. I haven't done anything.
We are getting through them. We are playing catch up now because we've had a couple of Super Saturdays. But this video, we are looking at Estonia. Estonia's national final, Eesti Laul. We watched this, didn't we?
We did, yes. Estonia, I think they've won the competition once. It was a while ago now. And in my opinion, it's one of the worst Eurovision winning songs ever. Come on, everybody, and let it out and leave the moment you right now. So Estonia really, I think, need a bit of a redemption storyline. And I don't know, this entry, when we were looking at all of the entries for Eesti Laul this year, Nova and I thought this would be the smartest choice for them by far. Don't you think?
We thought it was a very, very strong selection of songs. There was a lot here that we really enjoyed. We liked Cecilia, we liked Daniel Levy.
I loved Daniel Levy's song, very sweet.
We liked Nelly Lee.
Oh, there's some great ones. I think they've probably had one of the strongest national finals out of any of them this year. Really good. The winners, though, are 5MIINUST and PUULUUP.
With the song...
Oh, this will be good.
Nendest, narkootikumidest, küll, midagi.
Reasonable pronunciation? Probably not. Listen, it's an incredibly long name, so much so that it now holds the record for the longest Eurovision song title of all. Bit of trivia for you. Do you know what the longest previous record holder was, Nova?
I actually don't know what the title was, but I know the song.
I shat when I learned that. Well, the Social Network song,
Oh, is that it? The Social Network song,
Yeah, there was some dumb parentheses after the fact.
Are you ready for it?
The title of this song means we don't know about the drugs.
There's a rough translation. In terms of the vibe, we're going to watch through it in just a second, the national final performance, and give our reaction to it. The vibe is very much fun, party. It is, there's humour to it, and it's just really kind of joyous, and, it's just kind of in your face. So I think that's we're going to get a few entries like that. And I just think that's a smart move for them. I think that people are still in a post-Karia not winning universe. And this kind of entry is just, what people are kind of craving. Do you think, Nova? What do you think?
I think so too. We were very excited when this won. And every time we tell people how much we like it, they think we're joking. Which I find very interesting. Should we just react to it?
Let's just watch it. We're going to be talking forever unless we do. Okay, so... I mean, they're already encouraging the audience to get involved. It just makes me smile, this. I don't know.
I didn't like the first time we watched this that they were all so smartly dressed. But now I quite like the juxtaposition of the suits and this kind of electro-folk chaos.
Yeah. Well, usually men in suits is such an eye roll at Eurovision, but the fact that they're essentially kind of singing about drugs is
but also,
makes it a bit funny.
They're dressed really well. So here is PUULUUP. PUULUUP are the duo with these instruments.
Interesting instruments, yeah. Obviously they're singing in Estonian, which I just love that. I think it's
we have, in terms of staging, they're dancing about the place, they're having a load of fun, and there seems to be some kind of conflict happening here between 5MIINUST and PUULUUP.
There's a story being played out. In terms of the staging, there isn't really much apart from like a light show. I think that with that many performers on stage, you don't want a ton of crap, especially when it's so kind of like, what the hell's going on? So I like the staging on this. I think it's smart.
They all come together now, and then we get the dance.
That dance is so smart. I'm sorry, it's very clever because everyone can do that. You just know people in Malmo are going to be doing that.
I will say,
it's so catchy. It's hella catchy.
this might have been just a limitation to this particular studio. It is a little bit messy, both sonically and visually. I think it could be tightened up because the studio track is actually quite a complex layer of different vocals and harmonies here, which could be really cool if it's mixed correctly live.
Yeah. Well, when we watched this in whichever semi it was originally, did we watch it in a semi? And we were concerned that it did look a bit messy, but this is so much tightened up, so we can just keep working at that. Oh, it is good.
The
this
deep tone of his voice is so good.
No. It's just fun. Oh god, look at them jumping around. Oh, it's fun. I need to learn a new word to describe stuff that's fun. I love the language. I love Estonian is a really, I think, sonically pleasing language. It just lends itself so well to this. I love it. I love everything about it. I love everything about it.
It oozes cool.
It just oozes.
I feel like I've seen so many people just not click with this, and they just see a bunch of old guys, even though this is not a bunch of old guys. They see a bunch of old guys dancing about and wailing.
I think there's been some real fucking ageism from people in the fandom regarding
just because
this.
of PUULUUP.
Because they're middle-aged.
I don't even know how old
they're
they
not
are.
even that old. It's
no.
so bizarre to me that you would read something as being bad or a joke entry because they're older.
There are
think
members
so
of
insulting.
5MIINUST that might even be younger than we are. So.
Well, first of all, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
I'm not really sure
speak
what's
for yourself.
going on here. But I believe 5MIINUST are very big in Estonia at the moment. They have had 1 or 2 smash hit songs. So they are very, very popular already, and Estonians are very happy with this entry.
I don't understand why they wouldn't be, though, just in general. I think it's such a smart choice for Eurovision. These kinds of songs tend to do incredibly well with the televote. All right, maybe not so much with the jury, but I even think this stands a bit of a chance with the jury because it's not dumb, it's not stupid. It might have humour to it, and it might be this kind of like really, I don't know, vivacious performance or whatever, but I just think it's a real genuine entry, and I'm sick to the back tits of talking about if something's a joke entry or not, honestly.
I don't consider this even remotely in the novelty, joke, gimmicky sort of category, and everybody that has been shocked we like this but didn't really respond well to Finland can't seem to marry those two ideas together, and I just see this as a genuine, meaningful song. There is a bit of a social commentary in this song. The lyrics speak and comment about how maybe the lower class is kind of seen as lazy drug addicts, when in reality it's the upper class who have all the drugs, and that kind of double standards. There is a commentary and a message with this song, but it's wrapped up in this just infectious, catchy melody and this dance and this energy. It's so energetic,
and it sounds interesting. There's an interesting production to it versus Finland's song. I just think is just being crapped out. I'm sorry.
There's a complexity to nendest here. There's layers to it, and I really like that ethnic sound that kind of is running throughout, but it's kind of that folk, almost a little bit electronic in places.
There's a folk element to it.
It's a real blend of sounds and genres, and it's interesting, and god, it's catchy.
I think it just gets you. I think that for general viewers in Malmo, they're not going to suddenly try and break this apart and analyse it. They're just going to find it fun and get up and dance to it. So I think it's easily a top 10. I just think it's certainly within the conversation of it being in the top 10. And looking at the lineup, I don't know, there's going to be a lot of upbeat songs, so they are going to start to cannibalise each other.
But this is a little bit different in that it's not just your average dance song. It's got its own own identity. I will say again that we're not blind to the fact that this does need tidying up a bit. I will put some of that down to just the studio though. I think the stage was quite limited in space and in kind of what you could do with it, because it was quite like a fixed set piece in the back with that screen.
Yeah.
It wasn't very malleable. And yeah, the stage for this is 6 people.
Yeah, it's tricky because there are a lot of them.
Yes.
So in terms of it being blocked versus like they're just having fun jumping around.
I like the ideas here. I like the ideas, and I like in the music video and in the studio cut, every single person here gets their chance to shine, which I really like.
I think
there's no clear like lead singer.
They want to just be really thoughtful with the camera work. Then I think they've got to make that as tight as possible, and make sure that the performers are really kind of like following the rules, go along with what they, don't go too outside of the kind of what they've already prepared.
I think the member of PUULUUP with the really deep baritone voice does a very good job at that. I think the singer who does the kind of the falsetto in the chorus needs to just work on that a little bit, because that seems to stray a little bit to my ear, and it's also the final note is that
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Just in general though, that was shocking, Nova. You should be so embarrassed. Oh my god. I know what you mean. In general, I think that, for a lot of the people who would just say, really, really resisting this, this is awful, this is trash, why is everyone loving it? I feel a little bit like they're thinking in terms of like how I thought about, do you remember Moldova 2022? We hated that.
I didn't like that. I feel very differently about this. I understand the comparison.
But we understand, but looking back though, it's so obvious that was going to do well with the televote, and because we really didn't like it, we were just like, oh god, but why though? But it was obvious. It's this thing of stepping back and looking at it objectively. This is going to do very, very well.
This feels more thoughtful.
I think it's a better song. I think it's a more accessible song. But anyway, that did well. So it doesn't. That's kind of not even the point I'm trying to make.
No.
It will do well. Let's talk about top 10. Where have you put it? I think I've put it third.
This is my number 1. This is my favourite song at the moment.
What can you say? What can you say about 5MIINUST and PUULUUP? Nendest, narkootikumidest.
Narkootikumidest. Atea
Leone.
Atea me cool midagi. Is that correct?
Do you remember Taya Leone? Jurassic Park 3.
Who cares?
Correct.
I mean,
I'm trying to memorise it.
See, the thing is, I can't read it because it trails off on the app.
I think it's nendest narkootikumidest atea me cool midagi.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that sounds correct.
That's the title. I'm
That
trying
sounds
to
correct.
Get it down.
Yeah, I think it's going to do really, really well. I think Estonia should be happy with themselves. They have said that they're not interested in winning. I feel like because they said Estonia would cock up posting it, which I think is hysterical, but they would like to come second.
And listen, I understand people not liking this. I understand this is not for everyone, but I would just hope that at least if you don't like it, you can at least appreciate why others do like it. And I hope we've explained
and a lot of
why
others will
we like it.
A lot of other people will like it.
But I
Once
totally
again,
respect people not responding to this.
It doesn't have to be for you. That's going to be, everyone should start, all the Eurovision reaction people should start wearing these as t-shirts. Doesn't have to be for you. Not everything's for you. Listen, we have a Patreon. If you would like to follow us over there for exclusive CAC, including Nova, our Discord, for the remaining national finals, if you want to jump in there, we're often chatting along with everyone, talking about the national finals, so you can join in on the action.
We have a Eurovision channel in our Patreon Discord server, which is very active.
Yeah, and the address for our Patreon will be arriving on screen just now.
Ooh, da 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 da.
What you gonna do with all that ass?
Can you see my hairy leg?
I don't know.
That's a feminine leg.
Is it?
Is it? We also have a Twitch, which you can join us for game night.
Yes.
Oh, game night. Get into it. Don't overthink it. Just playing games. Having fun.
Here we go.
Making out all night long. For 2 hours only. Just the 2 hours.
Yes. Please subscribe, comment down below if you agree with us, if you don't agree, and we'll see you in the next one.
Ah, watcha. Don't people say that sometimes?
No.
What does that? People say that.
I've never
Oh,
heard
no.
that before. And a tere tulemast to our newest patrons, Finley and Max Sale.
People do, they go, oh, watcha, mate. Watcha, watcha. That means something. In English, it means something.
Join the Patron, we'll do a shot of Patron.
future.